Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23. It is time for round 11 of our Moto3 career mode. It is time for the Red Bull Ring of Austria. It's round 11. So in pole position for today's race, it was a pretty easy qualifying, truth be told, so I'm looking for a good solid performance here today. So let's go. Our objective is still the same as it was in Silverstone, and that is make sure that we finish third place in the World Championship. That's actually at least third place, of course. So into turn one, they're getting a big wheelie as Holgado and Suzuki have taken over at the front. But now it's, of course, 12 laps of the Red Bull Ring of Austria, a track I quite like. I didn't really like it as much as when I first started playing it, but the more I've played it, the more I've begun to appreciate and enjoy this circuit. So there was a bit of contact with Holgado there. So what I'm hoping to do in today's video is to get past the AI and then start running the lower power option, which is power setting 2, as Suzuki gets a bit of a shove, moving him over to the left-hand side. So now the plan is we must stay in power setting 2 for the majority of the video if we need to. If we have to change over to power setting 3, then I'll do it, but I'm a little bit concerned that the AI is not going to be able to keep up with us if we use power setting 3. So the plan here, stay on power setting 2, and hopefully the AI can stay within range. Now, I did make a small mistake last time out in Silverstone without spoiling the video too much, or I'm about to spoil it, so I guess if you want to come back and watch this video later, you can do so whenever you feel like, but I made a miscalculation and I stayed in power setting 2 for too long in the previous video, and unfortunately I ended up making a mistake when power setting 3 wasn't even an option to save the race. So I'm hoping with some fast pace, with some continuity, we should start churning out the lap times in power setting 2, which will be quick enough to hold the AI at bay. Now, of course, to make these videos interesting, I will be doing a lot of power setting 2 and if power setting 1 if needs be, but I actually prefer to play this way. I would rather it be close and exciting than it would be for me to just disappear into the distance. I do appreciate there will be some times that the AI just simply cannot contend with our skill, but until that point I will be running a lower power option, should I say, to make sure that this action stays close. So from the first lap we took over into turn 3 and we're now, what, 4 or 5 tenths of a second adrift from the Leopard Honda duo. Both of those riders have been fantastic in the recent races since the latest MotoGP 23 update. So with that in mind, we will have them to contend with. Out of all the occasions, I think Tatsuki Suzuki in our rivalry only finished ahead of me just once, and it could be the last time out in Silverstone, or perhaps even earlier than that. So into the right-hander. This is technically turn 4, but the game will say turn 5. Of course, this is the turn 4, because you have the 2A and 2B corners in real life, which is of course the chicane just before Slipstream City, which is turn 1 going into turn 2 from the Niki Lauda curve, of course. So into Roche for turn 7. We've got half a second advantage to Yamamasi and Tatsuki Suzuki behind us. Holgado right there in 4th place. Don't forget, he is the World Championship leader by just a single championship point, with Artigas and then Diogo Moreira, who's currently 2nd or 3rd place in the championship, should I say, just separating us two in the battle of supremacy for Moto3. Great start for Joel Kelso there, down in 8th. Of course, he's on the CMF Moto, or is it CF Moto? Tend to get that wrong, but never mind, actually, about the comments regarding the other rides. We've just been given a track limit warning for touching the green on the exit there. Yamamasi is the fastest man on track, and he's about to dethrone us from top spot if we're not careful. So if I manage to hold him off, then I would suggest you hit that subscribe button to keep yourself interested with all the videos that I'm bound to be making very, very soon. Of course, Ride 5 is right around the horizon, just less than a month away to the day. So of course, definitely hit subscribe if you want to get a lot of coverage from Ride 5, and of course, more importantly, lots of guides and future online championships. So stick around if you want to. So now into the right for Remus for turn 4. Still quite strong on acceleration there, but I can feel the Honda wanting to wheelie almost every single time in that corner. Regardless of power setting 2 or 3, it feels like it wants to lift. The front wheel does not want to stay on the ground, and I can understand why. I can appreciate it. We all want to do a little bit of a wheelie. Not something I probably could do in real life, and you know what? I don't have much confidence in the game to do the wheelies either. I very rarely wheelie across the line. I don't really have that confidence for it. And really, if I crashed going over the line, like Max Biaggi almost did when he wheelied, it would just be an embarrassment. I think Alvaro Bautista once did that in the lower classes as well. But coming out to turn 8, we're still holding on to the lead, but this is a point where I was able to take away a good chunk of time against the AI. Here into this braking point here, they tend to brake very late and go wide for Rindt. And this time we're not. We're going into the corner, the right apex, and then into the brilliant Red Bull Mobile corner. We are in a situation where we can still stay on power setting 2, but this long straight, will Masia have the speed to catch us up? Not this time. We've just had the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. It's a 1:42.697 for the man on board the 658 Squadra Corsa Honda. Into turn 1, we were a little bit deep, and I think that has cost us a lot of time. Gianni Masia, there he is on screen. I was just about to say we're going to see the nose of that Honda sooner or later, and he's already found himself through temporarily. Oh, look at that move back though. Into 2B, Gianni Masia holds us out to the distance, and he takes over at the front here on lap 4 out of 12. So now into the very difficult turn 4. We have gone wide, and that has cost us a lot of time. Suzuki, who is he gesticulating to? We didn't make contact, so whoever he did make contact with, he was already waving at them as we made that approach to the corner. Gianni Masia has got away a little bit, so okay, no messing around now. Power setting 3, let's catch up to Masia, and then let's drop it down as Masia just goes straight over the corner there for the apex of Schlossgold and almost went off into the distance. Get caught in the kitty litter there, and I very much doubt that you're getting back on the track. That's pretty much your Grand Prix over as Masia goes very deep into Roush. Not sure if that's Rausch or Roush. It's not my language, so I gave it my best shot for that corner name. But now into turn 8, Gianni Masia holding the middle part of the track there. So go tight to the apex for the first part of turn 8, and then to turn 9, move into the right hand side to go close to that apex as well. So as we now go firm on the brakes, and I've got to say, we are about to complete lap 4 as Masia makes a massive mistake into turn 10. We go through into the Red Bull Mobile corner. Gianni Masia forces his way through. Classic AI in MotoGP 23. Keeps things interesting, but goodness me, that was a hard move from Gianni Masia. So we are still the fastest man on track, but this time around we dropped into the 143s again as we quickly look up into turn 1. And hopefully we hold the line. We're getting caught on the green, and that's instantly a track limit warning. Point number 2. Do that 3 more times, and then it's a long lap penalty. And of course, that's in turn 1. Oh, as Masia's made a massive mistake again. Masia can't live with the stress and pressure of the former World Championship leader right on his heels. That has given us a great advantage, so I'm going to drop back down to power setting 2. Got to keep things interesting. Got to keep it close. I don't want to be disappearing with a second lead and wondering what the AI will do. Now, of course, with MotoGP 23's recent update, the AI has changed ever so slightly. If you've been following my video so far, you know exactly what I'm going to say here, but the AI gets stronger as the race progresses. We're approaching half distance, not there yet, but when we get to that point of half distance and beyond, the AI will start to churn out the lap times. And I think the biggest deal there is that the AI do not suffer from the lack of grip that you get from the tyres degrading. The tyres don't degrade is basically what I'm trying to say here in a long roundabout way as we go into turn 9. Of course we suffer with that, and we also suffer with fuel loss. It is strange because a few instances this season in this career mode we have had riders fall backwards, whether that's because they've made mistakes or it's just that the tyres and life of the fuel has just simply disappeared. Now unfortunately we did make a mistake into Rindt, and going into Red Bull Mobile corner, we lost some more time. We had about a second advantage, but we did improve until Daniel Holgado changes over at the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. It's a 1:42. Never mind. Joshua Watley was now at the top spot. Oh, and we've gone wide. Ooh, that's a scary moment. Voice didn't crack there for a second. It sounded a bit strange. But Joshua Watley, can't say I was expecting one of the Vision Track Hondas to get it. Oh my goodness, come on. DrAce, what are you doing? That technically should be our 4th warning there, because that's, again, we made a mistake going into the Niki Lauda curve, and then again into that left-hander there for 2B. Not ideal, but it's a 1:42.644 for us on the previous lap, so we were beginning to get into a rhythm and a bit of a groove as I used power setting 3 temporarily to give ourselves a little bit of a boost. So now into the right-hand side for... Oh, that's a bit deep, that, for the Schlossgold. That's not going to work. So oh, God, no! Whoa! Can you believe it? That was a ridiculous move. Did he just make a mistake? Did he go wide into the corner? Wow. Okay, we've got a race on our hands now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to use Power Setting 3. The AI, goodness me. You know what? I will admit, I did make a big mistake there and I went wide into turn 5. And unfortunately for the AI, they do have the one-track mind of going in one direction. And in this occasion, unfortunately, I was in the AI's way. So, yeah, I guess that's why I got punted to the distance. But bloody hell, that was just aggression personified from the young number 96. I cannot believe how aggressive that was. But as I say, I don't think the AI is purposely reckless. I think it's just that they have that one path. And I, unfortunately, was in their way that time around. But okay, I'm going to remember that. And I'm not going to forget it. Daniel Holgado, you're 1.7 seconds ahead. I've got plenty of laps here to do the business. You better believe I'm going to go all out to chase him down. If we can get back onto the podium from that massive punt, I'll be a very happy man. I did say I wanted to keep the racing interesting and I wanted to keep it close. I guess you can thank Daniel Holgado for that one. So if you are a Holgado fan, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because I might be insulting him later on towards the end of the video. So maybe then you'll unsubscribe. But for now, we've got a 0.3 of a second advantage going to ourselves. We were able to close in a bit on Daniel Holgado, and Tatsuki Suzuki, the man who's been second fiddle to Yamamasya in real life this season and of course in my Moto3 career mode, is actually pulling away. Yamamasya was desperate to get with him, and now he's in range. Will he just follow his teammate, or will he launch an attack on Suzuki? So as you can see on screen, and as you can see just ahead of us, already going into turn 8 and then into turn 9, Suzuki, Masya and Holgado lead the way. 1.7 seconds it is to Holgado, and 2 seconds it is to Suzuki. This has not gone as I expected, I will be honest. I need to start putting in some good laps here. This is not the qualifying laps that we were doing. We can do much better. I can assure you that one. Oh, and Moreira's gone down! Diogo Moreira had a brief moment to catch my breath for a second, and then all of a sudden someone else has gone down, and that, of course, is one of the championship protagonists in the form of Diogo Moreira. The MT MSI KTM has gone down, and it will not be acquiring any points. This is huge for the Leopard Honda duo at the front. Masya's just set the fast lap of the Grand Prix with a 1:41.819, and he is looking extremely solid now. Look at him. Oh, Holgado made a massive mistake. I'm going to sneak up on through. I don't care if we make contact. I owe you it anyway. But we did get through on Holgado, and now it's our chance to close down on the two ahead of us. So the two turquoise. Oh, deep into Ramos again for turn 4 to... Oh, no! Goodness me. That was almost like the wheelie glitch. We got caught in the rumble strip, and because of the bounce there and the sheer aggression on that curve, the wheel just lifted up. That's cost us so much time. That cost us around 0.7 of a second. Holgado's gone wide again going into turn 5. Perhaps that's... Oh, and he just made me lift up again. What is going on? You make a small amount of contact, or you, heaven forbid, you get on the curb, and the front wheel just wants to lift. Ah, that's annoying. That is really frustrating, that, because we have lost about 0.7 of a second, maybe 0.9 of a second to the duo ahead of us. I'm squeezing through on Holgado now, but he's not going to let me through, is he? He's going to push me wide. We're going to have a Sasaki and us situation in a moment. In the last Grand Prix in Silverstone, he just basically pushed me off by trying to continue on his path when I was right there in the way. And Holgado, what are you doing? He is ruining everything for us in this race. We have a championship rivalry brewing, ladies and gentlemen, and it is really brewing. You can't push me off into turn 5 and then purposely stop us from gaining momentum on the last few laps we've had, or at least this lap for this one. I'm annoyed. I'm really disappointed here, because I felt like I could chase them down. There's no way I can catch up by 3 seconds. You better believe I'm going to try it, but I just don't think it can be done. As someone touches the grass, Holgado goes wide again. I've just got the corner. That's one more time, and that's it. It's a long lap penalty. Got to start behaving. 1.7 is the gap. Ladies and gentlemen, do not give up on this video yet. The gap has come down to less than 2 seconds. Well, briefly anyway. And we are trending to be gaining 0.3 in this sector alone. Is this still on? I've noticed they're making a lot of mistakes going into turn 5, which is here. It hasn't happened for the duo ahead of us, but they make that mistake into 2B as well. If that could happen, we could have a podium 2B. See what I did there? That was a terrible pun, but anyway, into Rausch for turn 7 we go. We are trending to get 0.5 of a second or 4 in our favour. Not really that strong coming onto the acceleration, but you better believe it's full concentration mode now. Eyes on the 2 ahead of you and just churn out the lap times. We've got to get that consistency. Need to get back on that podium, need to start getting into the momentum again. Wow, who went wide there? Was that Suzuki that went wide? No, it must have been Massi that went wide and Suzuki took over because the graphic has now changed. Suzuki is leading the way. And Massi, a small mistake there. That's going to cost him time across the line. Are we going to set the fast lap? We certainly did. A 1:41.251. Excuse me, 5:21. Can't read apparently, but that is similar to the pace I did in the qualifying. I think I did a very low 1:41, almost getting into the 1:40s. And you can see the AI doing that in the race, and we're doing that in the race. This could be a chance for us. That's Massi going a little bit deep again. We're closing in. We're closing in quite fast here. 1.2. It is to Massi. We're quite strong going into turn 4 here. With 3 laps to go, we might be able to snag second. It all depends on how quickly we can get through a Massi. It's now 2.5 seconds away from the Red Bull KTM Tech 3 rider behind us in the form of Holgado, current championship leader no less. This could... Oh, I'm still confident, you know, I'm still positive. I hope you guys are too. We go into the Schoschgol for turn 5. Massi is 1.1 seconds. It's not really that point where we pull in the gap. We're not that fast on the straight, regardless if we use power setting 3. We don't have that extra oomph that the Leopard Hondas do. But the gap is coming down to 1 second. Could this be it? What do you think, guys? Let me know prematurely before this video ends if you think I can catch up to Massi and maybe Suzuki. The gap is still hovering around 1.7 to Suzuki. I think he is putting in lap times very similar to mine. Massi might be just a few tenths slower than we are. He's gone deep again as we go for that super tight apex for Rindt there. I love that tight apex. You've got to do it. Really tight for turn 10. That has closed us in by a few more hundredths of a second. Across the line it is, and we are going to set a 1:41.540. That's some consistent fast pace coming in here. We're not going to... Can we do a lap time 1.3 seconds quicker than Suzuki? We need a mistake. We need a mistake from them, and unfortunately me getting caught on the rumble strip there did lose us a tenth and a little bit. That's not ideal, but into the right hand of turn 2. Massi has made a mess. Massi has messed it up. We're into second. Rub your hands together, guys and gals. We have a great opportunity. If we can catch Suzuki, this may be the best race I've ever done. Oh, it's not strong going into Remus, though. Oh, and there's a wheelie. Oh, is that going to cost us? You can tell I'm really pushing it. I am giving it everything to catch up to our rival this season. I really don't want to finish second to Suzuki. This is the first time I think that we haven't had the rivalry to beat Suzuki. And if he does it without the rivalry, then we need to get on the phone and start creating some banter or some negative banter with Suzuki to make sure we can create that rivalry again, because clearly he seems to falter under the pressure when he has the social media qualms. We're into the Worth curve for turn 8. Now back over to turn 9. Will he make a mistake? If he makes one mistake here into turn 10 and us going for that superior tight apex, we could close in. Down to third gear. Not close enough. I don't think we can, but you better believe I'm not going to stop. Oh, that's really close to the apex. Oh my goodness, I thought I'd just blown it. You did that on MotoGP 22 or 21 and that would have been it. So really strong performance here. We're still into the 141s. Could all 4 of these last laps be into the 141s? But don't forget, if we make one mistake and we go... Oh, Suzuki had a big wheelie. He had a big wheelie, but somehow he stayed on the momentum. But if we touch the green or any point, Suzuki, has he gone wide? He hasn't. Play it safe here. Oh, that was close. We're within 0.7 of a second. I'm desperate for this slipstream. I am giving it everything here. Heart rate's through the roof as we go into Remus for turn 4. Be careful on the acceleration. Suzuki had a small wheelie. Oh, could it be? It would be immense. We cannot touch the outside of the circuit, otherwise we'll be giving ourselves a long penalty, and I do not want that, because that's an instant 3-second penalty. By the way, where the hell's Holgado? He's not there in the top 8. All eyes are on this battle now. Suzuki is 0.5 of a second away from winning his first Grand Prix this season in Moto3. Into Rouge for turn 7, we're pulling in another 0.1 of a second. Small change in the delta, but it's not enough. He's got to make a mistake into turn 10. Please make just one small mistake and I will capitalise. I will give it everything. Against the 120% difficulty AI today, this has been a thrilling battle. Will it come down to turn 10? Come on, make a mistake. Oh, he did! He made a small one, but it's not going to be enough. It's not enough. We go into the Red Bull Mobile corner and Suzuki has somehow held on to take the victory in stunning fashion as we set another ridiculously fast lap right there at the death. So what a race, guys. I pulled it in within 0.5 of a second. I gave that everything. But Suzuki, he was too strong. Bravo to Tatsuki. So there you go then, guys. Confirmation on the screen. Suzuki, us in second, and then Masia in third place. But with no Holgado in the top 8, I'm curious to see how the championship looks. So looking at the standings, we have gained 12 points against the Spaniard and 23 ahead of Gianma Masia, and Diogo Moreira slipped down to 4th for the first time this season after not finishing the race. So great performance as well for Suzuki, who's got to believe is right back in there with contention of this World Championship. So guys, thanks for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for more DrAce content. So guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you want to. You can join the DrAce pit crew if you fancy it by joining in the link in the description down below. But that's it from me, guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.